Happy Friday. Welcome back to my channel, Georgia Girl Air Woman Wellness, and I'm your host, Georgia Girl. Hey, young Riz, how you been doing? Good to see you. You been doing okay? It's good to see you. You still been doing your songs and stuff? I'm not getting any of your notification. Have you been working on your channel lately? Welcome in. Happy Friday. I was just popping in to chat a little bit. Good to see you. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. Ready for the weekend. It's been another hot day, guys. Another hot day. What you been up to, young Riz? What you been up to? You been doing okay? You staying cool? How's your weather? How's your weather? Yep, but fall will be here before you know it, though. Fall will be here soon. We're in the month of August right now. Fall will be coming up pretty soon. Then we'll be able to, because I don't like it when it be real hot. I like it when it be fall weather, in between. I'm doing okay. Just trying to stay focused and stick to things I need to be when it comes down to my health and everything. But other than that, I'm hanging in there. Hanging in there. Did you have fun? Did you have fun? Then you chill with your guests? Okay. When did you go to the trampoline park today? That seemed like fun. My cousin cooked nice food. Okay. That's someone in your hometown? They stay in the same hometown you stay in? You had too much? Oh, okay. That's good. Just stay hydrated. Just drink plenty of fluids and stuff. But yes, today is Friday. We was able to finish the Bible verse of the day. We did that for 5 days. Our challenges are winding down. They will be coming to an end in this month. We'll be doing probably a giveaway. Shout outs to all the people that participated this month during the challenges. They had a hydration station. Okay. All right. My kids like those kind of places, like the trampoline place and the um place they can get on the slides and jump. They like stuff like that too. Your bike hurt? Did you jump a whole lot? Well, you had you some fun, didn't you? You know I can't do it. I can't get up there and jump. No. I jump. I might not be able to get back. I get up there trying to jump. I might not be able to get back up, y'all read. Mm-mm. You jumped a lot. Oh. So it's kind of like a place where they do the jumping. Do they have slides and things, or just the trampoline? Yeah, my grandkid likes stuff like that. Hey, welcome in, Detroit Rainbow. Shout out to you, Detroit Rainbow. How you been doing? What's wrong? How your day going, Detroit? Detroit Rainbow. How's your day going? Hey, Joshua. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. How's y'all day going today? Well, shout out to you, Detroit Rainbow. Okay. Shout out to you. Hope your day, hope y'all day is going well. Joshua, how you been doing? I see you over there doing your thing over there. You doing your fitness. You say you're losing weight, and that's a good thing. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I just had some lab work done, and there's some things I'm gonna have to change and some things that I'm gonna have to be better at when it comes down to my health. But it's a struggle, but I thank God for his grace and mercy that I'm able to do some of the things that I can do. I just got to continue to keep doing what I'm doing. I do my little workout, fitness every morning. I'm going to try to see, can I do them a little bit more, like more minutes to it. It all depends on how I be feeling. Yeah, I had got my lab work back and found out I'm a pre-diabetic. I am a pre-diabetic, so I got to continue to watch some of the things I eat. Just gonna stick to what I've been doing lately, just turkey, fish, chicken, baked food, no fried food, drinking plenty of water, keeping myself hydrated and cut back on all those sweets. I try to eat sweets to a minimum, like, I try to get the sweet that doesn't have that much sugar. So cut back on some of my sugar and continue to stay focused and just keep moving. Because I don't want to become a diabetic, but they're saying I'm pre-diabetic. So I'm going to be sharing and talking about that next week, pre-diabetic. And I'll be doing portion control. I've shared this before on my channel, just eating foods in portions, But other than that, I'm doing okay. I'm maintaining. I was thinking about my mom this morning, which I think about every morning. I lost my mother 7 months ago, and it's still certain times of the day I think about her, and certain times at the night I think about her also, because she was right there. I was always with her, and I have my moments. But other than that, I'm doing great. But as far as my wellness journey, like I said, I still have my struggles on some things. So I got to be better at. And I know I continue to stay focused and stay consistent in some of the things I'm doing. Hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be where I need to be. Hey, Lion Pride, how you doing? Good to see you. I was just saying I had got my lab work back and I'm pre-diabetic. And my doctor told me just still continue to do what I'm doing, but just watch what I eat, more careful, which I do, but sometimes I slip. But other than that, I'm doing okay. I rest a little bit better than I was and stuff like that. I got, I've got to continue to just stay focused and don't let a lot of stuff worry me. And that's what I don't do. I try not to let things get to me. I try to just deal with it as it come and just keep it going. Yeah, I'm doing okay. They want me to continue to keep doing what I'm doing. My thyroid level was good. My blood pressure was good, but my number for being a diabetic, I'm pre-diabetic. But I'm going to be talking and sharing more about that next week. I know the holidays going to be coming up, and I got to let go of a lot of that sugar, which I don't just really eat a whole lot of stuff with sugar, but I be having that taste for it now. Hey, welcome in. You almost to your goal? That's great. I see. How many times a day do you work out, Joshua? I see you be out there. You be out there getting it too. You be drinking a lot of fluids. Lion Pride, I've been over there checking out your channel, seeing what you've been up to. I see you haven't been posting lately, but I know you've been on other platforms, and I hope everything is working out good for you over there. That's good, Joshua. Remember to stay hydrated. But next week, we'll be on 5 days of drinking water. Just 5 days drinking water. No, just plain water. Either you add ice in it. That's what we'll be doing. Like I said, the challenges are winding down. We'll do an appreciation shout out season finale at the end of this month. Probably do a giveaway. Hey, Sasa, how you doing? Good to see you. I just shout out to everybody that's been participating in challenges all year. We are winding down. We got the rest of this month. I think the 27th of April is, not April. The 27th of August is when we'll do like a appreciation shout out giveaway to everybody that's participated this season. Yeah. But I'm doing okay. I was just talking about my labs. I got back the other day. Yes, holiday. You know what January the 5th is. Ooh, child. That's why I gotta stay right. I gotta get back right. Cause you know my birthday, I'll be like, woo, eat what? But good to see everyone. But yeah, she said I'm not a diabetic, but I'm pre-diabetic. Anybody know what a pre-diabetic is? Hey Brian, how you doing? Good to see you. So I still gotta continue to do what I'm doing. She said, keep moving. They're proud of me because some of my limit emotions has picked up a little bit. I'm moving a little bit better, but I still have my days. But right now I gotta watch a lot of the sugar intake. You already know, girl, I'll be 58 years old on my birthday. I'm pushing 60, girl. I'm pushing 60, but Lord, I do thank you. I thank you. Because somebody ain't going to make it to see 58. Yeah, they told me to keep up the good work. Just, by being a pre-diabetic, I got to really watch my food, the sugar, and different stuff like that. And I know sometimes when I get to stressing, I pick up something I ain't got no business, and I got to stop that. I got to stop doing that. But other than that, my blood pressure, everything looking good. My thyroid's level. I still got to take the same medication for my thyroids because I don't have thyroid. So I have to take that for replacement for my hormones. It's good to see you, Brian. What you been up to? What you and Trump been up to, Brian? What you and Trump been up to? I ain't really been following nothing on Trump. I ain't read nothing on him lately. You been doing okay, Brian? Shout out to my members for coming through. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I said it's Friday. I'm popping in. Like I said, I was just giving my update on my wellness. I'm going to keep on pushing. I'm going to keep on focusing. Just take one day at a time. And shout out to everybody that's out here doing something for them to make them feel good about who they are. Y'all, let's shout out Joshua. If y'all don't never see Joshua over there, Joshua been doing his workouts for a while. He said his pounds and stuff like that is falling off. So let's shout out Joshua. Was 24, what is it? 24, what is his name on it? I call him Joshua, but his channel his name is Joshua, but his channel is named 24 Swoosh Graham. Let's shout him out. He's over there doing his thing over there. He do workout. I think Joshua do workout all day long. I be seeing him outside. I'm like, Joshua, you better be out there in the hot sun now. But Joshua been doing his thing, y'all. Keep up the good work, Joshua. Keep up the good work. I see you be over there sharing motivation also, Josh. And we also have Young Riz in the chat. Young Riz said he been to the trampoline place. He said he tired now. He been jumping around a lot today. But he had fun today on the trampoline. You took the day out, so you do be on your channel. Sometimes we just don't get the notifications. I just haven't seen you do anything lately. It's good to see my member line, Pride and Bryant, and also Sass's in the challenge. The channel. She's one of the ones that always be part of the challenge. She's been doing them since the past couple of years. You be consistent. I don't be seeing nothing you do, Joshua. Young Riz. I gotta go over there and hit your bell again. Because I don't see nothing coming up on you. So next week we'll be doing, our focus next week is to stay hydrated. We're supposed to drink so many glasses of water a day. So we'll be doing, hey Frank, how you doing? Frank is one of the ones also been doing challenges all this year. We'll be shouting out everybody. We got the names of everybody that has participated this year, whether you did one challenge, two challenge, or all challenge. You will be recognized. We will give you a shout out, and we will also do a giveaway. The end of our challenges will be in August the 27th. I think that is on a Friday. That's when we'll do the shout outs and giveaways and everything. But, we still will support each other. We are close knit around here. Just about everybody know everybody. So everybody know just about what everybody doing and everything like that. And let's just continue to support the best way we can. I said, if you can't be here when I start, that's what we also call the replays. You can also watch the replays. Every view, every thumbs up does count. So we got maybe about 2 or 3 more challenges after this one. I think we got next week. I think we got 2 more challenges. 2 more challenges after this, I think. Yeah. Or 1 more. We'll see. But this is what we'll be doing next week. Water today. You got to drink plain water. Fresh, cold, ice water. Or room temperature water. Whatever you choose to drink. This is what we'll be doing next week for 5 days. You can't add nothing in it. Yes, this is the last challenge for next week. But I thought we got 1 more after that, Frank. We got 1 more after that. 1 more after that, and then we're going to do the end of the year. Yeah, we'll wrap up until after my birthday. We'll start back up in January. See, September, October, November. We do it for about like 6 months. We do the challenges about 6 months. And with September, October, November, everybody be trying to do the Slay Timber. Some people be doing Slay Timber. Some people be doing the Vlogtober, the Vlogmas. Everybody be getting ready for their fall content. Like they do their cooking. They do their Vlogmas, stuff like that. So we'll start back up the week after my birthday. Can't do it before my birthday, because my birthday. I got to do what I got to do. But that's when we normally start back right after the first of the year. Yeah. But I think we've been doing these challenges for the last 4 or 5 years. That's what I was thinking, but I thought you started back in the spring. Yeah, it be somewhere now. Yeah, somewhere after my birthday. Sometimes we go before, it all depends. But for the next few months after August, everybody gonna be doing their own thing, like the Vlogmas. Some people do this, whatever they call it, Vlogmas. They do Vlogmas, Slay Timber, Vlogtober, and yeah, I think those the 4 months. Yeah, certainly have. So, that'll give me more time to focus on some of the things I got to focus on and keep pushing. Keep pushing. But this is what we'll be doing next week. You can do plain water. Or you can add ice. Nothing else. Can't even add a lemon in it. I mean, if you do, just don't let us see it. Just don't post it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But water is good for us. Water is good. I drink water all day long, and believe me, it'll have you going, because it helps flushes. It helps flushes your things out, your toxins. It'll flush a lot of stuff out you. I be going. That's why when I be drinking, I be trying not to drink a whole lot, especially when I get ready to come live, because I have to get up. Georgia girl, just in case I was telling you about. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about that too. That's gonna be the current That gonna be the current events I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna share some about that case, and then I want to know about that Nolan Wells. I just wanted to get everything out about my wellness update. Like I said, I'm doing okay, but I'm a pre-diabetic. That means my doctor just told me to watch what I eat, continue to watch what I eat, continue to keep moving, and I think my biggest problem is the night snacking. I think that one of my biggest problems is the night snack. How many of y'all have a problem at snacking at night? So instead of me snacking at night, I'm not gonna do that too much. Sometimes I be watching TV, I pull out me a snack, but I gotta cut them snacks. I can get a snack as long as it be a healthy snack. But that's basically what I be doing anyway, but it just be at night. And then sometimes when I get stressed, and because I'm an emotional eater, that means you try to eat, but I know food is not the answer to problems. I know that. So I'm working, like I told, I'm doing a whole lot better. But she didn't like how my numbers were looking when it came down to being a diabetic. So she said, you're going to have to slack up on something, some of that, So that's what I got to basically just continue to focus on my health. And, while I'm not doing the challenges, I'm going to just continue to keep doing my wellness journey, staying consistent and more focused. It's good. They're looking better. What? It good. They're looking better. What's up? What you talking about, Line Brad? I didn't miss y'all conversation. Oh, yes, it's so many things coming up. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff coming up. I mean, wow. School has started back, y'all. I had been doing bully awareness. I did that all week. Y'all know I'll be constantly putting out different stuff throughout the months. We got breast cancer awareness coming up. That be in October. I always have merch that go along with the awareness I do be sharing. I have the bully awareness. I have prostate cancer awareness. I have breast cancer awareness. I got those shirts in my merch. I'm trying to make sure I don't overlook nobody. But other than that, I'm keep trying to stay consistent. You said your numbers aren't. Yeah, they looking better, but she didn't like how my by the diabetic numbers. She checked me to see if I had diabetes. She said I was like pre-diabetic. So I'm not diabetic, but she want me to go on and just do right. She want me to do right, eat right, continue to eat right, even though I've been doing what I do, but I slip sometimes. But she don't want my numbers to go up higher. So I had got my blood pressure looking good, thyroid level good, my liver, all that stuff was good. I still deal with inflammation and stuff like that. Yeah, I saw you said a case about the case. Yeah, I saw that. I had read some stuff about the case today. Today, somebody in the court told her to shut up. The judge. Somebody in court told her to shut up. The judge and that was the judge. I know I read some stuff about the case. I don't know, Frank. You think she gonna get out? Yeah, I saw that, but I did read when I went there. I said, let me check out and see what's going on with this woman. But yeah, other than that, my other numbers okay. I just got to make sure I don't become a diabetic. I just got to keep watching what I eat and stuff, and still do my cardios and stuff to keep moving. But yeah, this is what we'll be doing next week. But yeah, I was going to talk a little bit about that crazy woman over there. Like I said, Frank is talking about the case of Linda Clancy Ain't that what her name, Frank? Linda Clancy. She is the woman. Well, Frank was telling me about the lady last week. She was the woman with killed her 3 children. So now I'm going to talk about some current news, current events. And yeah, I saw what they said. Somebody told her to shut up. She just trying to play crazy, Frank. The woman just trying to play crazy. She knew what she was doing. I didn't even know the woman had jumped off the building herself. She jumped out the window trying to kill herself after she done killed her 3 kids. Trying to say she got postpartum. Yeah, people do have postpartum, but I don't believe she had postpartum with her first pregnancy, right? People do have postpartum, like we were talking about this last week. People have postpartum. If that postpartum have you so bad, why you kept having children? Like that was somebody said, why she keep having children if she's dealing with postpartum? I'm trying to find a picture of this crazy woman. But she got a lot of people on her side too, Frank. A lot of people feeling sorry for her too now. But they're on day 9 of the case. You can find this case on Court TV. So they're really looking into her mental health. They're really looking into the mental health because she was on a lot of medication. She was on a lot of medication. But I'm like this, y'all. If this one was so bad, why did they leave those children with her? Why did she have like someone with her during those times and stuff like that? Because people do get postpartum now. That is real. People do get postpartum. But I read where she jumped out the window. She tried to commit suicide after she tried to commit suicide after she killed her kids. Like I said, I don't think she gonna get off, y'all. If she do get off, she already looking in that courtroom look like she about crazy. She really gonna be acting like she crazy if they send her to prison. If they send her to prison, they gonna have on the psych ward. Like I said, there are people struggling to have children. Some people are struggling to have children. And the people that have children don't even appreciate them, you know? Frank, you been watching it every day? I gotta see your comment because I ain't on my computer I ain't on my phone to see the comments. Give me 1 minute because I don't see the comments on my computer. It's not showing the comments. I'm trying to refresh. Let me refresh and come back on my computer if I can see the comments. I'm back. I can't see y'all comments. Okay. Oh, you been seeing the case too? Now I can see y'all comment. Now I have to refresh. What I'm gonna say? Every day she's crying in court about something. She gonna cry more than that. Lion Pride said they feel sorry for them based on who she is. Oh, okay. So you think it might be like a race thing? Like I said, postpartum do exist now. A lot of people do go through that. But she been pregnant 3 times. She been pregnant 3 times. And She had a whole bag full of medicine in that courtroom. So I don't know, y'all. I just started to follow the case some after Frank told me about it last week. And I said, let me see what this woman, what's going on with her. I see her nanny and all them people testified this week. Yeah, she been crying. And I'm going to read what they said happened today. Somebody told her to shut up. You said what the judge told her to shut up? Frank been following it, so I'm just starting to follow it. And I don't know. What you think, Frank? You think they gonna find her guilty? But they gonna look at her history of mental health now. They gonna look at that. Most people feeling sorry for her. That's what they doing. Like I said, I've been in and out reading different little stuff about her. But like I said, how did she do that though? They were babies, y'all. They was babies. Say they one was 3, one was 5. I gotta get the age. One on was 8 months. I know one on was 8 months. The baby was 8 months, and one on was 3. I forgot how old the other child was. I gotta look it up in a minute. But how did she? I just don't know. How did she do that? But I guess when those demons be at people, they really be at them. She had a lot of them at her. She had a lot of demons at her, y'all. Woo-woo. They were showing the pictures of the baby and the stroll and everything. This her right here, y'all. This old crazy woman. That's Lindsay Clancy right there. So I'm finna see the update on her court. Okay. I'm talking about the Lindsay Clancy case. This is the lady alleged to murder her kids. Well, they said she did it. They said she didn't she admit what she did. She did admit that she did it, but she wasn't herself. She's trying to say she wasn't herself, y'all. Who she was then? Yeah, there's gonna be some people feeling sorry for her. And then there's gonna be some people gonna be like, she had a whole bag of medicine in there. No, somebody in court. Okay. Well, it exists. I'm trying to read what Lion Pride said. Cause my daughter went through it a little bit after she had my last grandbaby. She went through postpartum, but it didn't cause her to want to kill nobody. But I know it'd be a type of depression. It exists, but yes, the people feel always depend on who it is. If she was a black, oh, you said if she were black, she'll be called, pure evil. Some would feel sorry, but not like they do for this woman. Yeah, that's her right there. But I just don't see. She strangled those kids. Then she jumped out off the building. I'm just looking at some stuff here. But they on day 8, and they've been having some lot of testimony. I don't think I would want to be in the courtroom when they showed, and because I'm sure they showing pictures. They saying they were showing the autopsies of the babies and stuff. I'm trying to see how they was. Yeah, today I'm reading what they said today. Someone had told her to shut up. I read, Lord Jesus. This is the second week. Let's see, can I read there? The second week of testimony in the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy, a Massachusetts mother accused of killing her 3 children in 2023. So this happened in 2023. They just taking it to court. It's set to wrap up Friday. Okay, it didn't wrap up by Friday, Frank. So they've been doing this day 8th of the trial. I'm gonna have to go back and read and look at some of the what they were saying about her. Wow. So this happened in 2023, y'all. Thought she is being guilty from the jump. Yeah, she knew what she was doing. They're definitely taking up for her. Yeah, I see a lot of people saying good things about her and stuff. I don't think the system failed the situation too. Okay, who was the person then? Hold on, Frank. You talking about who the person told her to shut up? Let's see. Let's see, can I find it? She tried to say she had voices in her head. She was saying that like it wasn't her. It was like the people in her head were telling her to do that. Come on, lady. You know what you're doing. She's 35 years old. Her ex-husband, Patrick Clancy, other witnesses testified. Her ex-husband testified in the case too last week about the killing. He found the children in the basement of the family home. So they wasn't together. Her and her husband wasn't together. This happened in Duxbury, Massachusetts, and the mother gravely injured in the yard. She jumped out off the building, y'all. Now she paralyzed. She had jumped out a second floor window and remained paralyzed from waist down. So I'm just reading just from the beginning of the case. They were just talking about, those kids were dead on the spot. She killed them kids right there. She strangled them, and when she arrived at the Plymouth, he was, okay. Lord. So they said she's admitting that she killed them, but she just wasn't in her state of mind. So you killed your kids, but you weren't in your state of mind. Really? I don't know how that's going to turn out, y'all. How y'all think it's going to turn out for real? How y'all think this case going to turn out? They on the second week, they saying that somebody going to be wrapping up this week. I don't know if it's the defense or either maybe the prosecution going to wrap up. Because they saying there's a lot of people are speaking on her behalf. The husband came home and found the kids. Yeah. Yep. I'm trying to see their ages. I know one of them 8 months. And I think one of them 3 and one of them 1, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see what they say. Her ex-husband testified and said, after he returned home, a horrible scene at the house, blood bedroom, open window, his wife on the ground below it, the children in the basement throttled with exercise band. What? She strangled them with the exercise band. Y'all know them things I be using, those stretchy things? She strangled them with those resistant bands. Oh my God. Hey Kenneth, how you doing? She strangled them with those exercises band, y'all. Let me see who told her to shut up. I'm trying to find out. Because it's on court TV, but I can't play it. You know how YouTube is. I'm going to look it up. Who told? But that's what she strangled them with, y'all. Y'all know those little plastic thing? Oh, my God. I don't know, y'all. That one might not get out. Hold on. Now this right here, when I type that in, they talking about this right here. I'm gonna get to that though. But they said this is a statement about Lindsay Clancy hearing a man voice telling her to hump. She said she heard a man voice telling her to harm her kids. Lindsay told her husband, Patrick Clancy, during a phone call from the hospital about a week after 2003 tragedy, and she also reported mentioning it to a medical professional psychiatrist. Good, gone. Gone, good. Gone with that. I'm trying to find out what somebody told her to shut up in the courtroom. She said a man voice told her. How you been doing, Kenny? Gone, girl. You need to stop. But I know some people do be going through that now, y'all. I know. Oh, they said during the trial of Lindsay Clancy, defense attorney, one of her defense attorney, Kevin Ridgerton, accused an unknown prosecutor of being caught on hot mic saying shut her up. As Clancy, she sobbed during a graphic autopsy testimony. Oh, they was telling her to stop crying. They was showing stuff about the yes. Yeah, I didn't know it either. When Frank was telling me about it, I did look this up. She tried to kill herself. Now she's paralyzed from the waist down. They told her to shut up because while they were showing the autopsy report, she was in there crying. And they said one of the prosecution lawyers told them to shut her up. You know, they probably said, why you crying now? You the one did it. But she said she heard a man voice. She said a man voice told, you know, she was hearing voices. So she was really psychosis. She was really out of it. She was seeing things. She was hearing things. She put a rubber band up under those kids' neck and strangle them. One of those things I be using, those resistant rubber band thing. Wow. But she did them one at a time. So how did you not know? How did you not know you know what you was doing? How did you say you didn't know what you was doing? It's 3 kids you did. You took time to string on each one of them. So how you didn't know what you was doing? I don't know, y'all. She was sobbing during the graphic autopsy testimony. The prosecution disputed the claim, stating that actually captured the phrase "shut off" in reference or clearing autopsy photos from the courtroom stream. Oh, I guess they was real bad, y'all. So the prosecutor made those remarks. Wow. So he was trying to tell them to shut off the pictures and the graphic material they were showing, but her lawyer was saying they was trying to tell her to shut up because she was in there booing and crying and going on, you know. And see, there's some mothers on that jury. There's some fathers on that jury also. So they gonna either go either way. You know what I'm saying? Some might feel sorry for, some gonna look at it like, yeah, that's what it was. And those things, those plastic things, if you don't hold those things good in your hand, they will pop up and hit you, because I got the one that you could put on the door, right? The band, y'all probably see me do the one from the door. And if I don't have that thing stationary right, that thing will pop me up and hit me in my face. Wow. But I don't know. The judge went off today. Okay. So he probably was getting on now. They was trying to, her lawyer said, the prosecution was trying to shut her up, but the prosecution saying they was telling them about the graphic stuff they was showing, going and shut it off. I guess she could even stand and see what she already had done. But it could be possible she don't remember what she was doing. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I can't feel sorry for this lady. I can't feel sorry for her. I'm sorry. But I know postpartum and psychosis and all that stuff do exist. I know that. But still, though. And if to me, I'm just going to say that. Like somebody was saying, I was reading the comments the other day when Frank first told me about it. Somebody said she had started having postpartum after she had her first child. You already got this problem. Why keep having more kids, knowing this is what causing you to go into postpartum? Why you keep bringing these children in the world? You really didn't care about she didn't care about her kids. She didn't care for them. Because she had to care for her kids, she wouldn't have did what she did. Every time I see the case, she always crying. That's why they told her shut up. She wasn't crying that night when she pulled that thing around their neck. Yeah, she dropped from a second story, wherever they was living at. She dropped out the window from a second story building. Now she's paralyzed. And she in that courtroom crying and boo-hooing. So this right here was today what they was talking about. They told her to shut up. But they try to say that wasn't what they was saying. They probably were telling her to shut up. She probably was going on ridiculous, y'all. So that did happen today, Frank. They said her lawyer accusing the prosecutor of making inappropriate comments about their client. Lord. And they were saying, shut up, shut her up. So that's probably why the judge stepped in. Let me read this right here. Okay. So I guess the lawyer was in there fussing. One lawyer said he was saying shut it off. Her lawyer was saying they were telling her to shut up. So the judge did intervene. I guess he was probably telling both of them to shut up and go on with the case. You know when them judges start getting tired, y'all. When them judges get tired of them lawyers going back and forth, he'll be ready to send them up out of there. They know it. So yeah, that did happen today. They said she came emotional as a testimony about her youngest child autopsy was being presented. This is not like a handmaid tale. You can't tape her mouth shut. This is what her lawyer said. This is not like a handmaid tale. You can't tape her mouth shut, Renton told Judge William Sullivan, who had requested a sidebar. The judge called him to the call a sidebar, y'all. He said he done heard enough. He done heard enough. She crying, crying about what they talking about, what happened to the little boy, the baby boy. He wasn't but 8 months old. Wow. She gonna be crying for a lot of days. She gonna be crying a lot of days, y'all. What she did to those kids. She thinks she crying. Woo. Mm-mm. So that's what's going on there on day 8. And they said they should wrap this case up by next week. I don't know if that's the prosecution side or it might be the prosecution side. But I see they've been calling different witnesses and stuff. I was reading right here with the nanny. The nanny testified the other day, and she said she was a wonderful mama. Wow. Lindsay Clancy, former nanny, took the stand testifying that her previous employer was a wonderful mother. Prosecutor also showed a brief video taken by Rosie of Clancy's younger child drinking from a bottle. Rosie said she was never concerned for Clancy children's safety. I guess that's the nanny, Rosie. She said she didn't never feel like the kid was in danger. You know, she was a good mom. So this is the nanny saying this now, y'all. The nanny is the one, this right here, what I'm talking is for educational purposes only. I'm not here to judge or say what I'm just thinking my opinion about this case because I don't know this woman. I'm just going to tell you, she can put it on postpartum, but I don't know. You said behind closed doors. But her nanny is saying that she was a good mother. And she didn't see no danger of the children while she was there and ran the mom. You know, people do put on a good front now. So she had been working for them since 2022. She helped take care of the 3 children. Cora, I'm assuming Cora's a girl. Cora 5. Okay, this is how old the kids is. Cora 5, Dawson 3, and the baby was 8 months. Wow. So she's charged with murder and deaths of the 3 kids who were found strangled with exercise bands in the basement of their Duxbury, Massachusetts home in January 2023. Wow. So this happened in 2023. Wow, this case just going to court? What? So it was a girl and 2 boys, y'all. Let me see, can I let y'all see it? And this is for educational purposes only. I'm not here to diagnose or suggest. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a YouTube vlogger just sharing my opinion about this case. And this is current events. And this right here is based on a mom that murdered her 3 kids. And she said she was dealing with postpartum depression, psychosis, mental health. So only thing I want to say about that do exist. Postpartum, psychosis, mental health, depression, all that do exist. I'm not here to say it don't. But she was taking medication. She was taking medication for her problem, but I don't know what happened that night. She flipped out, y'all. The woman flipped out. She said she was hearing a man's voice telling her to do it. Kill your children. Get rid of them. And people, I have heard people, and I have seen movies and things like that people say they do be hearing voices, y'all. There's just some people be hearing voices. And people listen to that evil stuff. This is not, to me, this is evil. What she did was evil. Look at those precious babies, y'all. Look at those precious babies. How can anybody strangle these 3 kids, y'all? Just look at them. What did these 3 kids do to her? She and her husband brought these kids in the world. They didn't ask to be here. Those kids did not ask to come in this world. 5-year-old, the little girl 5, the baby 8 months, and the little boy here is 3. It's crazy, y'all. Hardest people out here trying to have children. Some people struggle every day trying to have children. They have to go through other ways to have kids. And then when people get children, they don't even appreciate them. So this is current event. You can find this case. You can see it on Court TV. And you can also see it. It's trending on the internet. So they say they're on day 8. I think the prosecution gonna wrap up their case. Let me see how long this case gonna be. And see those jury now. I don't know how many women, how many men is on the jury, but it gonna come down to that jury. Either they going to believe that she did this because she was. I wonder when was the last time she took her medicine, Frank. I gotta refresh again. Hold on. I wonder did she have to take her medicine daily? Certain And I hear a lot of people say sometimes when you go through that kind of stuff, the medication make you worse than what you are. So either she was not taking her medicine, you got some people on the internet making excuses for her. So what are they saying? Because I really haven't watched, I just been reading. So what are the people saying? They thinking that she should get off, or they don't think she mean to do it. What they saying? What are they saying, Frank? Because I don't see why she even had to do this. I don't see. It don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. It really, really don't. It doesn't make any sense for her to do what she did. I love my children was when I had my kids, it changed my life. My first child, it changed my life. My second child, I was because when I had my first child, she was not playing. My son was. We wanted to have another one because we already had our daughter. But my daughter, I had just finished trade school because I had finished high school and I went on to trade school, taking up marketing. I wasn't really ready for my daughter, but I thank God for my blessing. Children are a blessing. We always, sometimes we will say, we might want to have kids at a later time in our lives and stuff like that. But I'm looking at these innocent babies right here. They did not ask to be in this world. Honey, if she ain't losing sleep, if she ain't resting, she ain't gonna rest. Cause one thing for sure, God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. And what she did to those babies, that was pretty evil. It was evil what she did to her children. I don't know, did she think I don't know that was her intention of getting the ex-husband back there. And then I'm like this, this woman got a problem. She been taking all this medicine. Why you left those kids with her? Why nobody wasn't even monitoring her while she had the kids? Even though she probably acting a certain way, like she's fine, she took her medication and she was okay. But like Frank said, behind closed doors, a different story. She probably had been abusing those kids too. She probably had abused them. A lot of kids won't say nothing. They be scared to speak. But I wonder have any of those, I'm like the 5-year-old. God knows what really happened, and she knows too. I'm saying, do you think she had been abusing those kids, Frank, before all of this happened? A lot of kids be scared to speak up, especially when it be their parents, because they feel like it's not no. I mean, you're supposed to discipline your kids, but when you start abusing them, that's a different story. And like I said, I've seen Lifetime and stuff like that. And you see when people go through postpartum, they can't stand for the kids to even cry, or they'll think the kids be nagging them and stuff like that. And then they snap. And that's what she did. She was pregnant 3 times and she went through postpartum 3 times. If you felt that, just what I'm gonna say it again. If she felt that strongly and she knew that this was messing with her, she had this type of illness, why sit there and have 2 more children after the first pregnancy, knowing that it was a lot on her? Because I told y'all what postpartum is. Read it again. And this is for educational purposes only. Y'all can find this case either on Court TV or you can find it on the internet. So postpartum psychosis is a rare severe psychotic emergency affecting 1 or 2 out of every 1,000 births. It typically begins abruptly within the first 2 weeks after delivery. Symptoms include hallucinations, delusion, extreme confusion, rapid mood swings, and disorganized behavior. It required immediate medical hospitalization and treatment. So she was having hallucinations, delusion, mood swings, severe insomnia. And what are the cause and risk factors of postpartum? Hormonal shift triggered by the rapid, massive drop in hormones immediately following childbirth. Bipolar connections, most cases represent an underlying overt episode of bipolar disorder. History, personal or family history of bipolar disorder or a prior episode of postpartum psychosis greatly increases the risk. So she already had it with her first child. It is everywhere, most of YouTube and social media and the news talking about her case. Yeah, I see that. I know I had seen some of the things on Court TV. So she already was getting treatments for it. So see, they're going to look at that too. They're going to look at like, well, she was being treated for this. But still though, y'all, I'm finna take these babies down. Hey, First Lady, how are you doing? Good to see you. Just talking about some current events, and I was just giving everybody my wellness update, some things I got to continue to keep focusing on, and just talking about the challenges, getting ready to wrap up. And now I'm talking about current event about the Linda Clancy case, uh, about what she murdered her 3 kids. It's been pretty good. I'm taking one day at a time. That's good. That's good. You've been having a good week. That's awesome. Yep. But we were just trying to dissect and share our opinions about this case here. And these are the 3 babies that this lady, Lindsay Clancy, killed. 5-year-old, the little girl was 5, the baby was 8 months, and the little boy was 3. She started having postpartum after her first pregnancy. So she started getting treatments for it. But then she got pregnant again. She got pregnant twice after the first time dealing with postpartum. Yeah, I had a pretty good week. I have my days and moments, but I just ask God to continue to keep pushing me, keep keeping me on this path. I just keep continuing to pray and ask God for strength. I just gotta focus more on my health when it comes down, because I'm pre-diabetic. My doctor told me I was pre-diabetic, so I gotta continue to keep doing what I'm doing, but I just gotta continue to be consistent and watch what I eat and continue to keep moving. And main thing, don't stress and stuff like that. So yeah. And when I do my channel, it helps to me when I talk and share and talk about stuff. It's kind of like a therapy for me, give me other things to do. If I won't have to be sitting around stressing and worried about stuff I can't control. And I can come over here and share some wellness, or I can talk about myself, or I can see what y'all are doing. So, my channel really is just kind of like therapy. And some of the things I do is kind of like therapy for me too. It's keeping me busy. So, and I was just sharing about the babies that was killed. She strangled these kids with a resistant exercise band. She said that the voices in her head were telling her to kill her children. They're on day 8. This their second week of doing trial. I don't know how long this trial gonna last. But Frank was the one told me about the trial. He shared things with me. He knows some things I do talk about over here, like depression and different stuff like this. And she said she dealt with postpartum psychosis. And this is for educational purposes only. But I don't know. Let me see. I know those people, those jurors, like I said, I've never been on jury duty. So, but I'm sure those people are looking at the evidence. They're looking at her the way how she is. They, all of that come to play when they get ready to find her guilty or not guilty. They look at her behavior. They said she been crying every day. They said she was just crying. So when they was sharing about the autopsy, and I mean, lady, you did this. You did this. But they saying she wasn't herself. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I have seen some cases like this when people kill their children. Some of them get off. Some of them do get off. Thank you for sharing that. But some cases like this, some people get off. They don't go to prison, but they keep them in a psych ward. And this is what I believe they're gonna do to her. She probably would never get out, but she gonna always be up on a medical supervision. And I don't understand why no one else went there with those kids. She have a history of having this illness. She have a history of it. but she was there with her kids by themselves. So the voice in her head was the devil. Yeah, she said a man voice was telling her to kill her kids. Wasn't nothing but the devil. So if you believe in God, that wouldn't even that shouldn't even pop up in your mind that a man was telling you to kill your kids. So a man told her to jump out that window. She jumped out the window to try to kill herself. Now she paralyzed from waist down. She jumped out the window after she killed them. But some people be getting out. There have been cases where mothers and fathers have gotten off for killing their children. They're just evil and cruelty to your children. So my prayers going out to the husband, for those with his kids. I can't feel sorry for the lady. I'm sorry. I can't feel sorry for what she did. I'm gonna take these babies down, Lord Jesus. Look, innocent little babies. Innocent little babies, y'all. Don't make no sense. People can't have children. You know, some people wish they had those 3 little babies. I'm trying to see how long they said this trial probably gonna go. So her psychiatrist gonna get up there. I think they're gonna speak. They probably gonna start that back up on Monday. So it's on record that she does have these issues. But I wonder, have they ever said they don't think she should have been with her kids by themselves, or have they ever spoke on her harming herself? You know, I wonder, is that anywhere on record saying that? Because I don't think she should have been with those kids. Let's see. So it's been 2 weeks since the case been. I don't know how long it's going to. I don't know when they're gonna wrap it up. I'm trying to see who's up there talking. It must be the prosecutors up there turn. The prosecutors probably gonna wrap their part up. Yeah. It's a sad situation though, I tell you. Whether she was in her right mind or not, she she was having an issue. She got a problem. She had a problem. And she was taking medication for it. But she let that woman let that devil get in her head and had her to turn on her children, innocent babies. And that's why, a lot of people don't need children. A lot of people don't need children because they don't appreciate them. When some people are out here struggling to have babies, the ones that get them and don't appreciate them, mm-mm. So it's gonna be up to that jury. I wouldn't want to be on no case like this. No. But yeah, I just want to share that. Current news is still going. This case is still going. I don't know when it's gonna end. We not talk about it because mental health is real, guys. Mental health is real, and people tends to ignore it. There are signs where you can see when a person is having a breakdown, when they're going through things. They already knew this woman had a history of mental health and postpartum psychosis. They already know this. It's on record. And to me, as her doctor, and then her husband, here's a rough case. Why you still having children knowing what that first pregnancy did to you? So I wonder when she after she had her first baby, because it's saying that she had postpartum when she first had the first child. What kind of damages or what happened to that first child? I wonder, did she ever do anything to hurt that child? You know, I don't know, but the nanny saying that they've been taking care of the children since 2022. She never seen the mom do anything that wasn't safe for the kids. You know, she was always a good mother, but it's something happened. Well, she said her voice is in her head, um, so I don't know, y'all. People need to just start taking mental health serious. A lot of people get mental health and mental illness mixed up. They need to take mental illness serious. Your mental health, I mean, all of us have mental health when it comes down to our mental health that conclude our mental, physical, and mental, all that is together. But mental illness, they need to start taking it more and more serious, especially when somebody being diagnosed with something like that. That shouldn't have been never taken lightly. If she already had a history, it shouldn't have been never taken lightly. No way I would have let those kids stay with her. Yeah, they was divorced, but maybe they didn't think, like you said, like Frank was saying, when people get behind closed doors, it'd be a different situation. You know, people can put on a front, y'all. People really put on good fronts. You know, she probably was being a certain way in front of her family, but behind closed doors, she had a lot of evilness in her. And it showed, it came out on her. She took it out on those kids. She took it out on those innocent kids. So I pray that the kids do get justice. They're no longer, you know, here. She unalive her babies, but I'm sure the dad and the grandparents and whoever that is connected to those children probably, you know, I know it's kind of hard. I'm assuming the 5-year-old was in school. Yeah. Then it was 1 3 and 1 8 months. She just had a baby, y'all. Oh my goodness. She just had a baby 8 months ago. Lady, how could you do that? Wow. She just had a baby 8 months ago. It's crazy. It's crazy. You said they are not asking a real serious question, okay? Who ain't afraid? I'm gonna look and see what are they saying. What kind of question they're saying, and then I see. It probably is a lot of people feeling sorry for her. Really, they probably but they're gonna have to think about it. She was getting help. Her psychiatrist gonna get up there and speak. So they're gonna be questioning that psychiatrist too. And the first thing they gonna ask her, the psychiatrist, did you think that she was capable of doing this type of stuff? You know, once you go to a psychiatric therapy or wherever you go to, they talk to you and they're assuming they are helping. What by you going to therapy and stuff. It's supposed to help you. It's supposed to have you, because I used to go to therapy. I don't go now, but I used to go to therapy. I used to go to, talk to a counselor about things when I was going through my depression and things like that. And you're supposed to be able to talk and you're supposed to be able to share about what's going on with you. And then, they prescribe medicine for you. Why did you leave the kids alone with the mother? That is one of the questions. Yeah. So the stepmom, not the stepmom, but the father did get up there and speak. I read what he said when he came back home and found the kids, whatever. But I'm at to really just listen at their testimonies and stuff. Okay, I can look at the pictures, but I can't. So the psychiatrist got up there and said how she was feeling after she killed the kid. So they treated her right after she did that. I'm just reading some of the stuff they saying. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. A lot of people saying the case is very disturbing. They can't watch it. Wow. Some people are feeling something to reading some of the comments up under their videos. Some people are feeling sorry for her. Mm-mm-mm. I'm reading what this lady said. As someone who had experienced postpartum depression, watching it live, very interesting to see. Okay. Um, this on one of the comments from the video said, as someone who had experienced postpartum depression and had multiple psychotic episodes throughout the 6 years I went through postpartum depression, I would say that it can get very bad. I'm not excusing her behavior, but you don't know what you'll do when you're in a state of psychosis. Wow. I feel like mental health is not taken serious until something like this happened. That's what I was saying. They're not taking it serious. They think it, So this is a lady that had postpartum before. So she's saying she's not making excuses for this lady, but being that way, it's a struggle. It's horrible. And she said, as a Christian, I'm giving her grace like God has given me grace. I'm praying she repents and heal from this. Okay. So the first thing she admits she did what she did. She did admit, but she's saying voices came to her and told her to do it. So I don't know how this gonna play out, Frank. Being honest, when I watch some of those testimonies and see how someone react, then I might go back and figure out. But right now, this case is very complicated. Then another person said, if this not a clear case of mental illness, then I don't know what it is. Very sad for the loss of the 3 children. I cannot imagine how the father must feel. That's true. But that's what I'm saying. She didn't just kill one, she killed 3. And, okay, I'm gonna show you what the woman killed them kids with, y'all. Where's my thing yet? I can't even find my little rubber thing. But y'all seen those little rubber exercise thing I be using? I be my husband to lose my stuff. So I don't even see my little exercise band. How do you not? How does she do not know what she was doing? I can't even find my little band thing. And I need them for next week because I'm gonna be doing some stretches next week. They might be in my bedroom. But those little plastic things, they like this, they like rubber bands. And I know when I be pulling up with those things like that, them things will pop you right in the face if you don't have a good grip. So she knew what she was doing. I use this one right here. This is what I've been using lately. But this one of those bands. Also, I don't know which one. I don't know which one she used. But they said it was a rubber band. Those things stretch back. And if you don't, because I know I have with this thing right here, I had hit myself in the face one time. Because when I be doing my stretches, if you don't have no good grip on it, You can't get popped in the face. So she had to have, she knew she was doing. She had to have it where she can be able to hold those kids up around their neck. She know what she was doing. But anyway, it's sad, y'all. Me myself, or just what little bit I have been reading and watching, all the way she get out, it's gonna be a miracle. She gotta have her lawyer better be pretty good. Cause honey, I don't see what she'll be getting out. I don't. But I'm gonna look at some of these videos later on if I can really see where this case might be going. But I have enjoyed everybody for coming through. Thank you for the thumbs up. So the defense, they up there talking now. So, wow, the jury probably gonna get this case. The jury probably gonna end up getting this case. God knows, she knows what really happened. Yeah. So the defense is up there. It was 2 hours ago. I know they are out of trial now, but I'm gonna go back and watch this. The psychiatrist is up there talking now, and the defense questioning the psychiatrist. Like I said, no, y'all. And like Lion Pride said, it had been someone black. I hate to say it. They wouldn't have said that was no mental illness. They would have just said that was a terrible person. She need to be getting it chair and everything. They make exceptions for different people. They really do. You still watching it? I'm looking at it, but I can't really play it. But I'm they on day the second week, so I'm thinking that they're gonna the jury gonna get their trial pretty soon. And if they come back quick, if they come back quick with a verdict, watch out. I don't see what she might be getting off. I might be wrong, but I don't see it. From what I have read and seen, I don't see where she'll be getting off. But if she do get off, she gonna be in a she gonna be in a hospital. She ain't gonna be on the streets. She's not gonna be on the streets. I tell you that. They gonna have her in an institution, probably giving her that medicine 24/7. But anyway, I have enjoyed everybody. I hope everybody had a good day today so far. I hope everybody enjoying their evening. I had cooked me some fish and grits today. I don't know what everybody was having to eat today, but that's what I had today. But I baked mine, so I got to stick with the bacon and stuff like that. Like I say, it's a struggle trying to eat right, but I know what I got to do, especially when it comes down to my diabetes, especially if it pre-diabetes, and they looking at my cholesterol and stuff like that, making sure it's okay. But yeah, so I thank God for His grace and mercy for giving me the strength every day to do some of the things that I'm able to do. You cooking now, okay? And this journey will continue. I will continue to just do what I'm able to do, one day at a time. Like I said, we're doing the I think we got after the water challenge. I think we got one more challenge. I gotta look at the calendar. Let me see something. Get with Miss Key and see what gonna be our last ones. So we'll do 5 days of water next week. And happy birthday to everybody born in August. I know I missed some birthdays, and there's some birthdays I haven't got a chance to tell happy birthday. So happy birthday to everyone born in August. I pray y'all have a good birthday, and may you be blessed with many more. So today is the 7th. Okay. So we actually got one. Okay, we do that one next week. Probably one more. Probably two more. Yeah. Probably do two more. One of them probably just gonna be a 4-day thing. So we'll see how we're gonna do that. But I want to thank everybody for coming through. I saw you some of my members came through tonight. I saw Brian C came in here. Good to see you. I saw Lion Pride. It was also good to see you. Um, Young Riz had came through. Frank here, of course, we was going over this case. Who else? And Sassy. I did say Young Riz, right? And it was a couple of new people. And Kenneth, thank y'all for coming through. And like I said, and First Lady, can't forget about my girl. People need to start taking mental illness, mental health serious, because of people smile on the outside, you don't know what they're going through in the inside. People can put on a cover. They can hide behind a smile. When you're dealing with depression and anxiety or any type of disorder, when it comes down to psychosis, uh, postpartum, um, PSTD, what the other one? Any type of thing concerning that, you don't know what people are actually going through. They put on a lot of fronts. They can smile all day long, like me. I smile, but I know there's some things I'm still dealing with, and there's some things I'm gonna continue to pray about, you know. But I have never, when my depression had got to the point where, you know, because you can get so depressed and you can end up hurting yourself. But I'm glad I did never get to that point. When you start getting to that point where you don't want to be here and you want to hurt somebody else, it has gotten beyond, you are at the point where you need help. But like I said, my channel is not here to diagnose or suggest any type of treatment or anything in that disorder. It's just blogging, live streams. I do my awareness and different things like that. It's for educational purposes only. But just know if you're going through anything like that, any type of psychosis, postpartum, any type of disorder, there are places that can help you. There are places out there, especially if you get to the point where you want to hurt yourself and hurt your loved ones. It has gotten to the point where you need help. So there are 1-800 numbers you can talk to, anonymous. You can talk anonymous and talk to God. Talk to God. Pray about some of these things. Because I can tell you, I have been there. I have been lost. But I thank God that I came a long way. I'm still praying about some things, and I'm continue to pray about them. I still have my struggles on certain things, but I know God is still in charge. I know He's still in charge, and I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like I said, if you missed my series on bully awareness, you can check out my short videos. And shout out again to everybody that did the Bible verse of the day. We shared the Bible verse of the day for 5 days. If you want to check out some scriptures, you can check out Frank G. Life, Sassy, Key in the House, Key in the Kitchen, and myself. And Parika, she had did some on her community wall. And like I said, we're winding down. We're getting ready to get in this fall season. You know what they said, football season coming up, homecoming, home. You know, my school always have the get back, the sit back, what they call it, where they get classes, they get together and they do different things. I went last year, and I hadn't been in years. I told my friends, as long as the weather be okay, if it kind of, it's gonna be in September this year. But long as the weather is fine and I'm not having no issues aching and stuff like that, I probably would attend. You know, it's good to see some of your classmates and have, you know, get a chance to talk to people that you know and stuff like that. But tomorrow, well, yesterday was my brother's birthday. Tomorrow we'll be going out of town. And so I'll be hanging with my baby brother tomorrow. They're having like a little get together for him and his stepson. So that's why I'll be tomorrow. I do want to thank everybody for coming through. And next week, some of my wellness talk will be about pre-diabetes, and I'll be doing portion control along with the 5 days of drinking water. I'll be doing meatless Monday. Every Monday I start doing that. Yep. So on that note, guys, thank y'all for coming through. Remember to stay blessed, stay encouraged, stay safe, and I always stay prayed up. And until next time, bye bye.